What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, Gervonta Tank Davis takes to social media to try and clown Terrence Bud Crawford because Terrence Bud Crawford called him out on his shenanigans during his March 1st showdown with WBA super featherweight, now lightweight title contender, Lamont Rose Jr. Gervonta Tank Davis was a 25-1 favorite to beat Lamont Rose Jr. The night of the fight, he ended up being a 15-1 favorite to beat Lamont Rose Jr. But Gervonta Tank Davis fought to a draw, and many people, including Terrence Crawford, thought Lamont Rose Jr. actually won the fight against Tank Davis. But there was a few moments in this fight that showed Gervonta Tank Davis' frustration with not being able to do, in Coach Calvin Ford voice, do what he able to do in the fight, which is hurt his opponent, knock him down, or knock him out. In the sixth round, Gervonta Tank Davis actually attempted to bite. You heard me. He actually attempted to bite Lamont Roach like Mike Tyson did Evander Holyfield. He hit him with a shoulder check up under his chin. And then he took a knee, right, in the ninth round. He took a knee in the ninth round, told the ref, don't continue to count when the ref started to count, went to his corner, had his corner wipe his face, and told the referee he had something in his eye. He stated that he got his hair done a few days before the fight and hair grease got in his eye. We found out that wasn't the case. You could see that when he got hit and grazed with a jab, one of his braids went into his eye. But when he went to the corner, they didn't even wipe his eye. They wiped his forehead. They didn't even wipe his eye, right? Gervonta Tank Davis was flustered in the fight. And Terrence Bud Crawford, after the fight, he stated that Lamont Roach Jr. got robbed, and that was a knockdown in the ninth round. That should have been the difference. They didn't count the knockdown, the knee that he took in the ninth round. That would have resulted in an extra point for Lamont Roach, which would have resulted in a majority decision victory for Lamont Roach because two judges saw 114-114, right? One judge saw it big for Tank Davis, but we know what type of time he was on. The other two saw it a close fight for both guys. And so with that said, Terrence Crawford said they should have counted the knockdown. So Gervonta Tank Davis, listening to these casual boxing fans that were poking at Terrence Crawford and putting up clips of Terrence Crawford in his 2019 showdown with Kavaliauskas that took place December 14th of 2019, where Terrence Crawford had an unofficial knockdown in the fight. I actually thought Terrence Crawford got knocked down. I thought it should have counted as a knockdown in the fight. Andre Ward and the rest of the telecast thought it should have been a knockdown. Terrence Crawford was fighting an extremely aggressive fight and told the world after the fight that he wasn't listening to his corner, two-time trainer of the year, well-renowned future Hall of Famer Brian Bomack McIntyre, and he was trying to make a point, trying to make a statement. Because people were saying Terrence Crawford hadn't fought anybody. He was trying to make a statement out of Kavaliauskas. And he got clipped. He got unofficially dropped, which I thought it was a knockdown, but Terrence Crawford said he felt like he was pushed. It is debatable. So because of this highlight, everybody started to post it. So Gervonta Tank Davis took it upon himself to repost it to try to clown Terrence Crawford. But what he doesn't realize is the joke was on him because this has zero to do with the fight itself and how it ended. Yes, it should have been a knockdown in the fight. Just like Floyd Mayweather's glove touched the canvas against Zab Judah, and that should have been considered a knockdown in that fight. But it didn't affect the end results of the fight. That's the difference. And he didn't take a clear knee, right? So now it's up to the referee to say, was it a punch? Was it a knockdown? Did he take a slip? Right? With the Floyd Mayweather situation with Zab Judah. Did his glove touch the canvas? Did he catch his balance? his glove definitely touched the canvas when you watch it on replay. But in real time, it's hard to gauge, right? Right? Just like sometimes it looks like a knockdown and it's actually a slip. Just like sometimes it looks like a slip and it's actually a knockdown. But in the case of Gervonta Tank Davis, there wasn't no question. You took 2 steps back and took a knee. That is a knockdown. That is not the same thing. And that affected the outcome of the fight. Terrence Crawford unofficially getting knocked down by Kavaliauskas in that fight did not affect the outcome of the fight. Why? Because Terrence Crawford handled business in the 9th round and knocked out Kavaliauskas. Floyd Mayweather, after that moment where his glove touched the canvas, he completely took control of the fight against Zab Judah, frustrated Zab Judah, and won every single round after that. So therefore, it had no bearings on the outcome of the fight. Now, Roger Mayweather jumping in the ring should have resulted in Floyd Mayweather being disqualified after the low blows that Zab Judah was frustratingly hitting Floyd Mayweather with, right? Again, yes, it was fouls on the part of Zab Judah in the fight. Now, you could say Zab Judah should have been disqualified, but nonetheless, Floyd Mayweather should have been disqualified because Roger Mayweather undoubtedly jumped in the ring, and that is a foul. He should have been disqualified, right? Nonetheless, it did not have an effect on the actual fight itself. In the case of Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, it directly affected the outcome of the fight. The fight ended in a draw. If you count that knee, it is a knockdown. That's a 10-8 round, and Lamont Roach has an extra point, and he wins the fight. In the case of Terrence Crawford and Kavaliauskas, yes, I thought it was a knockdown. Andre Ward thought it was a knockdown. You saw Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford debate on Andre Ward's show whether it was a knockdown or not. The world thought it was a knockdown, but at the end of the day, even if it was ruled a knockdown, it would not have affected the outcome of the fight because Terrence Crawford handled business and knocked Kavaliauskas out in the 9th round. Oddly enough, the 9th round, where he unofficially took the knee, Terrence Crawford knocked Kavaliauskas out. So it makes no sense. The joke is actually on you. Let's see the rematch. So people keep sending me this saying, hey, Terrence Crawford got some nerve talking about this should have been the rule. That Terrence Crawford can say that because it directly affected the outcome of the fight. He's saying he never saw a fighter take a knee and it not count as taking a knee. It is subjective to say if he got hit and knocked down or not. In real time, when you're the referee, was it a slip? Was it a push? Was it a punch? That's subjective, right? Now we watch it on replay. Okay, in hindsight, we could say that was a knockdown. But again, if they counted it as a knockdown, let's say Terrence Crawford got knocked down again twice in that round, it still would not have made a difference on the outcome of the fight because Terrence Crawford knocked out Kavaliauskas. So it's null and void whether it was a knockdown or not. Period. It's null and void. Now I can give you a scenario in which a knockdown should have been counted, which should have affected the outcome of the fight, and that is Mike Tyson and James Buster Douglas. It was an extremely long count when Mike Tyson dropped and floored James Buster Douglas in that fight. Extremely long count. I thought he should have been counted out. That fight should have been over at that point in time. The referee didn't, gave Buster Douglas the benefit of the doubt. He got up and knocked Mike Tyson out. Now you can say, if the referee did his job correctly and counted correctly, that it doesn't get to the point where Mike Tyson gets knocked out. But Terrence Crawford wasn't knocked out. He was knocked down. There's a difference. So it did not affect the outcome of the fight. Pay attention. And that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.